Hey guys, so today I'm really excited to share with you all my must-have summer beauty essentials. Definitely there is a shift, I think, when the weather warms up. I always use different things, my routines change, and a lot of you guys always ask me about like sunscreen or certain things that like won't melt off your face, or things that, you know, last a really long time, like mascaras and things that won't like run and flake and things like that. My routine definitely changes. Just changing up your products to things that aren't so heavy, but still, I mean, I don't believe in like just saying, oh, I'm not gonna wear like as much makeup in this, or I'm just not gonna wear anything. You know, I think that you can definitely just choose better products. So while I've talked about a lot of my favorite things lately, a lot of these things I haven't really touched on, and I just really wanted to kind of focus on things that work in warm weather, things that will hold up, and like a few little tricks. So first of all, I did mention sunscreen. A lot of you guys always ask, like, do you use an extra SPF, or what's your favorite sunscreen? And a lot of times I'll just talk about like my BB cream or this or that, because I don't like to put a ton of layers on my face. I think that kind of counteracts what you're trying to do a lot of the times, and things may not be as effective when you layer up a whole ton of things when they're thicker. And a lot of times sunscreen is just that. It's very thick, just extremely difficult to find a good one. Before our last trip to the beach, I told myself, I really want to get a good sunscreen that I can just wear, because I knew we were gonna be outside a lot. Not just like when we're sitting at the beach, but I just wanted something anyways, that I could use. And I've really fallen in love with this. It's the Shiseido Urban Environment Oil-Free UV Protector, and it's specifically for your face. SPF 42, and it is water resistant. So if you were gonna wear it to the beach or the pool, you certainly could, but it's also one of those things that is just gonna work amazingly day to day, because it is so freaking thin. It's not like, putting on a third, like a really thick cream on your face or anything like that. So I really love it. I find that a lot of times if I put too much on my face, it gets oily, and sunscreens especially have the tendency to make your skin feel a little sticky or oily, but this one does not. It's really great. It's made specifically to not do that. And it's so thin. I'm just kind of shaking it so you guys could hear it. It's one of those really liquidy things. I'm put a little bit out to show you, but you see it's just very liquidy, very runny, very thin. And when you rub it in, it just instantly goes away. It doesn't have a really obnoxious sunscreen. I mean, it's gone. So I love it. I feel like I can put it on before I start anything else, and I feel like it's sunk in. 100% would recommend that to anyone. Another thing too is moisturizer. So in the summertime, I hate to just, I've seen a lot of people that are like, I skip my moisturizer in the summertime, I don't want it to be too heavy, I know I'm gonna sweat anyways, and I'm like, well, it's not the same thing. Like, you still do need moisture. They may feel like their skin gets oilier in the summer, and you may not need that, but it's different, you definitely do need it. And I have been all about moisturizers lately, and it's really tough. You don't want things to melt off your face. You don't want things to be sticky or heavy. And it is really hard to find good anti-aging moisturizers that aren't that. So I discovered this one a few months ago, and it's by Sunday Riley, and it's the anti-aging, the Bionic Anti-Aging Cream. I'm just gonna put it right on top of that sunscreen. I mean, it feels just like my other hand, like the sunscreen, it's insane. It's the first anti-aging moisturizer that I've ever used. Really, it's one of the first actual moisturizer that actually feels like it's really nourishing, and it's like doing something, but it sets, it doesn't set like sticky. It's not weird. You need a tiny amount. Like, I'll put just a tiny bit, and I'll pat it all over my face, and I'll just kind of, it feels like, your skin's prepped. It feels very soft and moisturized, but not greasy, and you can put your makeup on right over it, which I think is so important in the summertime. Like I said, with all these layers, SPF's important, moisturizer is still important. You still want to like wear your makeup and stuff, but you don't want all these like nasty, sticky layers. And I love the way it smells. It's a really delicious, fruity, kind of pineapple-y, I don't know, scent. It's really good. So if you're looking for a good anti-aging moisturizer, that one is great. And like I said, it feels lighter than most for the summer. I have talked about this a ton, and I'm gonna just mention it one more time. I really just want to truly express like what I really use. And like I said so many times just now, you have to think a little lighter in terms of what you're using. And I feel like, foundations can get really heavy. And this one is really nice. It kind of keeps with the whole like fresh, glowy skin trend, like very natural, but it feels like a cool, has like a cooling, fresh feeling to it. It's just really beautiful, and it's the Chantecaille Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation. I use the shade Alabaster, and it comes in a little pot like this, and it feels like a gel. I feel like I have used it quite a bit, but I feel like it's not, you don't use it up as quickly, which is good. I feel like it's lasting a long time. You know, I'm putting it over like the other two things that I did, and it just feels so good. You know, it doesn't feel like I've layered a sunscreen, an anti-aging moisturizer, and a foundation. It looks so pretty, like when I compare my hands, but I don't think you'll be able to tell. But it feels so nice. That's what I'm wearing today. It's just so light and fresh feeling, and I really, really love it. Now, a trick that I like to do in the summertime, when I do my under eye concealer, or when I'm blending in the Chantecaille or anything like that, I really, really like to use a dampened beauty blender. But sometimes, like if I'm just going to be doing my under eye concealer or something and I don't have my beauty blender wet, or if I'm just, you know, finishing up and, you know, if I've used a powder or highlight, if I've used any other like powders on my face or anything and I want my skin just to get that glowy look, you can take your beauty blender and use a bit of this MAC Fix Plus and dampen it and dab it off on your hand so that you're not like just transferring that to your, and then you can, you know, blend out your, you know, concealers, or you can kind of go around if you feel like you're powdery in any areas, and it's just so great. It just makes your skin look dewy. It's a good way to freshen up your skin too. Like if you don't want to apply more powder, you can kind of spray, you know, your beauty blender with that, and that's a good trick for summer too, because you don't want to be like layering so many things. But I do really love that trick for applying concealer and things like that. This is like, this is something that I discovered recently that is a total game changer in the summertime. It's a total game changer for like anyone that wears mascara. I do not know how. I had never heard of mascaras that do this, but I hadn't, and I'm a mascara freak. But it really surprised me the first time I used it, because it is just so different from any other mascara that I've ever used. So it's the Trish McEvoy Lash Curly Mascara. You may have heard me mention this in my favorites video. It blew me away that much. So anyways, it does not run, it does not flake, it's not waterproof. Like it's not like a waterproof mascara that you will tear your eyelashes up every night when you remove it. That's why I don't like waterproof. It comes off easily, but it does not run or flake. So like, you know how normal mascara formulas, like if you were to get them wet or when you're removing them, there's still mascara on your lashes, but you can, you know, as it gets wet, it runs, you know, it just looks like kind of, you know, like the pigment's transferring. This does not do that. You can wet it and wet it and wet it, but it's kind of like just making a gel. It's kind of loosening up to like release from your lashes. And when it does, it comes off in, that's what I'm wearing today. It comes off in like a full piece. Like it all comes off. It makes your lashes feel clean, like there's no residue. It's just the coolest stuff. And the actual formula, the actual mascara looks pretty. Like it actually works really well. This is what the wand looks like. Like I kind of go like that, you know? I could talk about this all day, but it is so freaking cool. It's just so neat. You don't need makeup remover. Like you don't have to remove it with like an oily makeup remover or an abrasive wipe. You can just literally, you take water, you could just get in the shower, you know, and then as it like kind of seeps in, or when you're at the sink, you know, give it a few seconds, and it just comes right off. It is so cool, but it won't come off during the day. Like it has to be super, super saturated with water. It is so cool. And even if you have to pull it, you know, but it doesn't run, it doesn't flake, which is very important for the summertime. I like a liquid eyeliner look, I really do. I find it sometimes when I use like a smudgy pencil or something that's soft enough to smudge, which I really love that look too. It can, you know, if I'm sweating or getting hot in the summertime, that can kind of run. I find that, you know, I like to use a liquid that sets. And over the last couple months, I was really into more like felt tipped liners. And I purchased this one around that time, and I didn't like it for a while. I thought, well, this is just too thin. It's too kind of wispy. So what I'm wearing today, but I'm liking that look now. I really like that for summertime. I kind of go back and forth, you know. I like a thicker line, I like a thinner line, but in the summertime, you know, when I just want to do like natural colors and stuff, this is so, so pretty. It's a good everyday liner, and it's the Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Eyeliner Pen, and I just have the shade Black. It's a little brush, and it makes the prettiest wing. Like you can make the prettiest little like thin wing, and it's really easy to control if you like a thinner look. It's just super thin, it's super, super pretty, and it's very, very easy to work with. So I really do like this in the summer, and it does actually set and last. It doesn't like run into your eyes or, you know, kind of rub off in the middle during the day. Did I mention this when I was spraying my beauty blender? This is MAC Fix Plus, and this is good too, just to kind of like, you know, in the middle of the day or I use a lot. I'm like super refreshed on, but anyways, I used to keep it in my car. I had like a tiny little one, but Fix Plus is just a really good, it's a really good one. It's just basic. And like I said, it works really well when you want to like dampen your brushes or your beauty blender. It's really cool. It's not going to make your beauty blender like expand like it would if you ran it under the sink, but just to like, you know, use it for certain things like that, it's really, really good. This is a bronzer that I swear by. It's the Chanel Bronze Universal Soleil Tan de Chanel, and you know, I've used up most of this one, and it's kind of to the point where it's kind of like icky to use because it kind of clumps off a little, but I did just repurchase the new one, and it's called a bronzing makeup base, and it truly is. Like, you can, you know, just kind of use it all over very lightly. I'm not saying like, you know, but just very, very lightly in the areas where you'd bronze, and then you can do your makeup. It's just very versatile. It's not like a streaky bronzer. It's really beautiful. I love it because it is so long wearing. It doesn't change color throughout the day, it doesn't oxidize, and it really just holds up well throughout the day, especially in the summertime. So I love that product, and I think that it's just a must-have for summer. I'm wearing a really cool blush today that I love. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Beach Stick Lip to Cheek Dewy Color Pop, and it is in Moon Beach. And they have a bunch of different colors, but I really like this one. It's kind of like a goldeny peach, like a pinky peach. But I don't know if you could tell, but it's just very like punchy. It's just really pretty. It's gorgeous, and it has like a beautiful sheen to it, but it doesn't look like frosted or gross. But after you blend it in, it really does set nicely. It has kind of a yummy sweet scent to it, and you can also use them on your lips as well. So they come in different colors. They have one that's more pink, but it does kind of like, it does make your skin look dewy. Like, it does give that pretty effect, and I think this color is just so perfect, and you can take it with you. You can use it on your lips. I really like that, and it is long wearing too. I find that a lot of times like color or cream colors for your cheeks last a long time. Another one is this one. It's the Lip and Cheek Bloom in Poppy by Burberry, and it is in this really pretty color. I think this is just the most like universal one. I just love it. And this is a lot more of a pink. That's why I wanted that one in more of like a peach, because this is just my favorite. But this is more of a clear, glowy look, whereas that other one has some shimmer to it. A bit more opaque, but this one is so beautiful, and you can build it. Again, you can use it on your lips. If you get the right cream products, they're just perfect. So really, I love those. I have also fallen in love with this little Lancome Juicy Shaker, and I have the color Piece of Cake. I really want more, but I'm like, you know, I need to reel it in. Like, I don't want to go nuts here, but I kind of want one that's more light. If I get another one, I'll probably get like a really light pink, or like, I think they have one called like Honey or something. But mine is sort of like a medium natural color, and it's what I'm wearing today. So they look like little shakers, and they smell like pina colada to me. So you shake it, and it has a little hole in the bottom, and in the bottom here, and it absorbs into the sponge. And it is a super pigmented lip oil. I've tried some lip oils in the past, never even really talked about them much because they were just kind of like nothing. They were too clear, and I like a little bit of a color. So these are just so cool. They're called a biphase lip oil. If I left it sitting on my counter long enough, it would separate, but you have to shake it each time so that it, you know, absorbs. It's kind of like vanilla, like a vanilla pina colada-ish, I don't know. But I love these. I think that they come in so many fun colors, and they're just so fun for summer. I think that, you know, with all of this really, you know, dry set, like lip cream trend, which I love, I'm obsessed. I think it's just fun to use something like this. It's a bit lighter feeling every now and then, but I can justify it because you get color as well, which is so important. I like to keep my eyeshadow very simple most days, and in the summertime I think, you know, it's a little heavy for me to do so many, like a crease and then, you know, just a bunch of dark colors and have it be nuts, and I think that's cool to do like at night every now and then. But in the daytime, I just want to keep it simple. I want to keep it light. I don't want to put like a ton of things that are just going to crease up in a heartbeat. I've talked about this before. No joke, I've probably used this every single day this month. I keep it in the drawer of my vanity in the bathroom. Like, I don't even keep it in here. I keep it in, it's so easy. I just take it out and just do, and it looks like I've done my eyeshadow. It's perfect. And it's the Eyeshadow Me and My Shadow Waterproof Shadow Liner in Topaz. And that's what's cool about it too, is that it is waterproof, so it's really long wearing, but it's the most perfect consistency eyeshadow stick. It's not too dry, it's not too soft. It just blends like a dream. I'm like putting everything on this hand. But it's the perfect color for your eyes. It's like a no eyeshadow look, but with a shimmer. Do you know what I mean? It's not too much, it's just perfect. It's the perfect amount of shimmer. And it's just so, so pretty, and it just screams summer. It's so, so beautiful. But yeah, I'm totally into the whole like, you know, no eyeshadow look, but I do like to look put together. I do like to have a little bit. And for that, you cannot go wrong with Bobbi Brown. The newest one that I have recently is this one in Stone. So the days that I do want a little more, but I do want it to look still easy and effortless, that's what I have on today, I can use this. This is one color, and it is, like I said, it's in the color Stone. And it's just a beautiful taupey color. It's just perfect. It's one of those just absolutely perfect colors. And you can layer it even over the topaz, but I do it just on its own a lot of days, just with a fluffy brush like I did today, just in the crease, and then pull it down a little on the lid, and it's so gorgeous. It's just the easiest eyeshadow. I also use the beige too, and this is really like a no eyeshadow. It just makes everything look like creamy and smooth, a little bit of depth in your crease, but it's just so simple. And I'm totally not intending to mention all Bobbi Brown stuff, but if you've been watching me over the last couple months, you know that I am like super obsessed with this palette, and I do think that it is really, really nice for summer, even though it's got some darker colors. It's really like an all year Who Even Cares palette, but like you could use it anytime. But I love this sparkly color. I've been wearing that a lot lately. This is just a great crease color, a couple of good, just creamy, you know, natural light colors. And then these two are two more of those colors that you can just put all over your lid, and then you can use some of these as liners. It's just kind of easy, and you could take it on the go, and I know when we travel and stuff, I can just take this and not worry about anything else. So easy eyeshadow. I'm all about easy eyeshadow. You definitely don't need all of those. I think that they're all great, but it's just an idea of what I like. Again, with all of these fun lip trends, the lip creams, things that might be a bit drying, or, you know, whatever, if you're in the sun and you know, you just want to take care of your lips, you want to exfoliate them, this is so wonderful. I've had several lip scrubs over the years. I've tried different ones, and this one is just the best. And honestly, I've had it for a very long time. I feel like I should probably be using it up just for, like, you know, the age of it. But for the money, like, it just lasts so long. And it's the Sarah Happ lip scrub, and I have the shade, or the flavor, Sparkling Peach. They come in so many different scents and flavor, but the Sparkling Peach is just like, it's just so delicious. But anyway, so you take a little bit, it's a sugar scrub, put it on your lips, it's just no big deal, and then you know, you can just kind of wipe it off or whatever. And it leaves behind, not oily, but it's kind of like moisturizing. It makes your lips look really, really pretty. So this is a really, really good product that I think a lot of people overlook. It really does make a difference. And again, if you're gonna do like a more fun color, or you're gonna use like a brighter lipstick or a lip cream or something, definitely for sure worth using, because it just makes your lips look so smooth, and I just really love it. It's just a fun little treat. So everything is available at Nordstrom. I will link to everything below. I just feel like these are just awesome for summer, my true go-to things when you have to change it up a little bit this time of year. And I really hope that you enjoyed my tips and that you found them helpful. I say this all the time, but especially with beauty products, and you know, where you may feel like, you know, colors may be off, or you may have to try something you may not be able to get to a store. It's just so great to order from Nordstrom with anything really, because the return policy is so great. I think that's so important with beauty. And if you guys have ever ordered, I mean, you guys know what I mean. So definitely check these things out. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today. As always, love you guys so much. And I will talk to you all very soon. Bye, guys.